Hello and welcome back to the Overwatch beta. My name's Lumin, and right now the game's been updated, and I could not be more excited to be talking about some of the big changes that have been made and some of the new additions. We're going to start with the fact that there's now a cursor. Overwatch has its own mouse cursor or pointer or whatever you want to call it. I realize that's probably one of the smaller changes to most of you, but I see it as a big deal. I think that if a game this far along is still using the Windows mouse cursor, it ends up looking very tacky. Now that's something you won't find in the patch notes, but I like it. I thought I'd mention that before we get into the good stuff. Speaking of, there's a new game mode. The weekly Brawl that's inspired by Hearthstone's Tavern Brawl. In the patch notes they mention that this is going to be much like Tavern Brawl. They're going to do weird and crazy stuff with it. This week's one is called Super Shimada Bros. Welcome to Hanamura. Genji and Hanzo only. Faster abilities, slower ultimates. It could be anything. You know, they could set up a game with only tracers, where they give you unlimited amount of blinking. So you could just zoom around the map at like super speed, and you're basically never going to be able to shoot anyone, but it should be fun. They could give you a game with only Torbjorns, where you can put turrets up everywhere, and I don't even know. Okay, they could modify the rules of the game, because there are actually a lot of different changes you can make in custom. Okay, they could do something as basic as restricting heroes, so they could say that there can only be one of each hero in the game. And that's something that's very basic, but it's something that a lot of people have asked for. They could go completely crazy, and they could remove gravity, or they could make, I don't know, geez, it's tough on the spot like this trying to think of things that they can do. They could give you new or special abilities. They could reduce cooldowns and stuff. There's a bunch of things they could do with this, okay? So there's going to be a new set of rules every week, much like Hearthstone's Tavern Brawl, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think this is the game mode that Overwatch really, really needed to make it complete. I think it's great. Okay, I really do. They could make custom maps for it. You know, they could make smaller arena-type maps. Stuff like that. It's going to be the same as Hearthstone, I think, where they're going to start with sort of basic stuff and ease us into it. And then as they maybe have a little bit more time to spend on stuff like that, then they can start going totally crazy with it. I think it'll be cool. Okay? They can do all sorts of things. All sorts of things. Imagine like a free-for-all style. That could be fun as well. Anyway, that's one of the biggest new additions. The other big one is that there's a new map. It's called Route 66. A lot of things in the UI, a lot of the UI elements and stuff have been changed as well. You will probably see them as I jump through the menus here. Like this, for instance, I realized looks quite a lot better. So if I sing single map and I say Route 66, if you click on save here, it actually pops you back to this menu, which it didn't do before. These buttons over here were at the top. Now they're on the side. It just looks a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to add a quick AI in here, just easy. 1. Actually, let's add 2. This is the best way of looking at the map. Add, and then I'll swap myself over to observers. Put one of these on each team. And done. We can check the new map out quickly. Just briefly show you guys what it looks like. There's actually... Was it a Team Fortress 1 map? I think there was a Team Fortress 1 map that looked sort of similar to this, where it's got this canyon, and you got to cross a big bridge. I'm not sure what the playstyle on that was. It might have been Counter-Strike? I don't even know. But the map immediately looked familiar to me. So, again, in spectator mode, we have the option of zooming all the way out, and I can show you what it looks like properly from above. It's a payload map. The payload starts over there. It's quite compact, okay, in its form here, but it's still quite a distance that the payload needs to move. That's the payload over there. Okay, so the attacking team, they spawn in this building over here, which is the diner, which... Is it the diner? Has a lot of really cool stuff on the walls. I mean, I realize this, again, doesn't really mean much to everyone, or a lot of people don't appreciate stuff like this, but I had a look around here, and I thought it was really cool. Just the fact that these decorations were so meticulously placed. And a lot of them are really cool. Like lots and lots of references to the other Blizzard games here. Anyway, let's not spend our time in the diner. Let's get out of here. So you can see that the defenders they'll spawn somewhere on this side, and the payload needs to move all the way through here. There are a lot of, like, little side routes and shortcuts and stuff that you can take. I love it. That's one thing I really like about this map. Like this, for instance. Just this. You know, from this point, you can go up there, you can go this way, you can go straight down the middle. It's nice. And visually, it's obviously pretty stunning. I don't need to tell you guys that. You can see it for yourselves. And then, as you get a little further on, there are more split ways that you can choose from. Like, you can take the high ground here and sort of cover the payload as it moves here. Or, obviously, harass it if you're on the other side. But I think it looks great. I can't wait to play this. I'm glad that they added another payload map, honestly. I mean, I like the control style of play. I think it's pretty cool. But it's nice to mix the older style up as well. So there you go. That's the map. There's like a biker bar over here. You can see it's called the high side. It's got the space bikes in front of it.
Move the payload.
Big fan. So there. I will show this off a little more, like when I actually play it, by playing it. The checkpoints, I think they are, there seems to be 2, so it'll be that gate over there. Is it this gate over here? Does it go through? Does it go further? Oh, there's even more! Look at this! Oh my god, I almost missed this.
Move it out.
Okay, well, it's still a pretty small, compact map, but this is great. This last little bit, this is going to be tough to get through. Many opportunities for Torbjorns and Bastions to set up on these little moving platforms here. Yeah, really big fan. I think it looks great. So, back out to the menu. That's just one of the other new additions. Previous map, for those wondering, was Ilios. I showed that off in one of my news episodes. Oh, this is cool. Old Genji. Then, there's a highlights feature that I think you can see in your career profile. I'm not sure it's here yet because I don't have any new highlights yet, so you actually have to play, and it'll save. Now, I may be wrong with this. I think it saves like your 5 most recent plays of the game, and if I'm not mistaken, Blizzard are going to be working on a way for you to export those from the game, like in video form or whatever. So they'd have to add some form of video compression or whatever, or record into the game, and then you can just actually export them and maybe upload them straight to YouTube or something. That's pretty great. So they've already started building that into the game. It's there. And then achievements have been added. There are quite a few cool achievements here. Reach level 50, 25, 10. Okay, so I actually went from the wrong side. Lots of different stuff. There's general ones, offensive ones, defensive ones. Again, I'm not going to go through every single one here. They give you the points, and then you can put them on display here. And most of them reward sprays. Okay, like I think about 90% of them reward sprays. And that's pretty cool. I mean, there are lots and lots and lots of sprays to collect. And then I suppose in the future, Blizzard could allow you to do things with the achievement points maybe, or give you bigger unlocks. Maybe when you get to 100 achievement points, you unlock something. Maybe when you get to 1,000, you unlock something, and so on and so forth. And they can just add more as it goes along. But there are achievements in the game. That's cool. Okay, it's just another layer on top of what there already is for you to do. Back to the menu. The play of the game feature or system has been updated drastically, so now supports are much more likely to get play of the game by just healing people, supporting people, and so on and so forth. There are lots of different criteria that they added and modified to make it more fair, so it's not just getting a kill streak anymore. And you can read the proper details, the nitty-gritty about all of that below. Again, I'm not going to cover that because it's slightly more technical stuff. It's basically just better. Everyone has a fair chance to get a play of the game now, if they, well, play well enough, which I think is something that they really need to do. The social menu has been redone a little bit. It looks kind of nice. See, these guys are all in World of Warcraft here, and all the games have nice icons like that. I think it's cool. The group system has been updated once more. You can use voice chat like through the menus and stuff. If you're in a group, you can join the channel there, and you can just talk to your party or whatever while you're browsing through the menus and everything. It's really cool. You can see your recent players over there. I like it. Then my list says that the way you achieve or obtain portraits has been changed. So every 10 levels, you get a new portrait. And then when you get to level 100, you have the option now to not reset your progression, but they call it promote yourself. So you get to level 100, then you get a promotion, then you get a new theme of player portrait frame. Okay, so, you know, the current one, you may have seen in my previous videos that I recorded, has these little wings and little doodads on the side. Now you'll get a different theme when you reach 100, and then you reset, and then... Or I don't know if you reset back to 100, but you reset your progress, and then you can do it again. And it also resets the amount of experience you need per level, so your levels go faster. So you should basically hustle to get to 100, and then you will get more loot boxes because level 1 to 20 or whatever goes so much faster than 20 to 100. If you know what I'm saying. I know it's sort of a little complex, the way I'm talking about it now, but it's a really good thing. So when you get to 100, you get to reset it, and your levels will go faster for a little while, then you'll get more loot boxes, because every level you get a loot box, and you'll get that promotion when you reach max level. Well, not max, there's no max, but when you reach 100. So it's actually the same kind of thing that they're doing with World of Warcraft Legion, where you can reset it or you can keep going to get the really high levels, or you can reset it to get the theme. I like that. It's again just another layer of things that you can do. Now, I'm not certain where you pick the portrait frame or theme that you're going to use, but it should be somewhere here. I mean, I'm level 12 or something at the moment, so it's a little tough for me to show you anything, seeing that I've just got the basic one. And after that, there is a big improvement that's been made to consecutive map bonuses. Like now, if you play a bunch of games in a row, you'll get rewarded, and if you leave, you'll get punished. So if you leave mid-game, not after a game, after a match, you're free to leave. So it ends, you see the play of the game, you see the score screen, you can leave then, that's cool. No penalty, nothing. But if you keep leaving mid-match, the game will remember that, and it'll punish you and give you less experience, and so on and so forth. It's basically bad for you. And now, if you play a bunch in a row with the same people or whatever, then you'll get increasing amounts of experience every time. And added to that, if you join a game that's already in progress, you'll get a bit of a bonus if you stay in it until the end. So that's cool as well. I think that's really great. Basically just ways of making the community better. You know, that's something that games like Heroes of the Storm, as an example, has not gotten right yet. So I'm curious to see if this actually works out, because I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure it's going to, but I'd love to test it to see. Okay, so that's something that they mentioned here. And finally, the new player experience. And I say finally because this is the last, like, boring thing I'm going to talk about after we're going to look at the skins once I'm done with this. New player experience has been redone. The training sections are a whole lot better now. They said that they've made it basically more newbie friendly and more informative at the same time. Not going to go through those, but it's a good thing. I can tell you that right now. They'll basically just teach you more of what you need to know in the tutorial, and the practice range has more different tools and stuff for you there, and so on and so forth. And finally, we're going to look at some of the new skins that were added. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen all the ones that were in the game before, but I'm not going to show you those now. I'm just going to show you the brand new ones that they put in. So, starting with Antique Bastion. That's a new one that they added. It's the same as the Woodbot one, just it's antique. They generally seem to do this. They add a legendary skin, then they add one variation of that legendary skin. Okay, so that's one of the new ones. And then, my absolute favorite, because it's on Diva, absolute favorite new one, Junker Diva. I'm getting this the second I can. I think it's amazing. So cool. She's got short hair here and everything. And it's sort of like a scrounged together full of scraps type mech that she has. Got the little goggles and stuff on there. I really, really like it. I don't know what it's inspired by. Like, it looks like it's a whole bunch of stuff shoved together from a whole lot of different movies and games and stuff. And they came up with this. The mech looks great though. Big fan. Then there's also Stinger Diva, which I also like. She's got like a more classic hairstyle here. A more slick suit on. Pointy shoes. And then obviously the mech looks much more scary. It's got these little fins on top there as well. I like it. I do like it. Quite a lot. Next up. Jester Junkrat. Pretty cool. I think that they chose right for its first legendary skin. The first legendary Junkrat skin. I think this looks amazing. Now, you got to keep in mind that the legendary skins also have unique, like, animations and stuff. So, for this, obviously, his rip tire looks like that, and it'll have a different animation when it flies out. His grenades might look a little bit different when they explode and stuff. It's kind of cool, okay? It's kind of cool. Hip Hopper Lucio. This is just a recolor of the other one. A golden recolor of this one that was already added. I suppose it's cool. You know, if you prefer gold above that color, if you don't want your dude looking like a iPod or something, I don't know. A little bit of bling in your life. Then there's Riverboat and Vigilante McCree. That's the one. And Vigilante. There you go. That's very bright. I do not recommend this if you are into competitive play, because that's going to make it really easy to see. Nevermore Reaper. This is a pretty hardcore one. I think everyone's going to love this. Well, at least the Reaper players are going to love this. Okay? Look at that. He's got like raven wings and stuff. Glowing purple eyes. Man, oh man, oh man. They done did it. They made a skin that people are going to love. Stunt Rider 76. There he is. It's much the same as Daredevil. Not exactly, but much. You gotta be a hardcore 76 fan to get this skin. Let me tell you that. I mean, I prefer Commander Morrison. Obviously, I think that looks great. But, there it is. Oh, these are great. The Torbjorn ones are amazing. Huge fan of these. Oh. That's Barbarossa. Okay. He's got a little peg leg and everything. He's got his big belly hanging out. Massive beard. And look at his turret. It's made of like ship's cannons. Got a hook on the one hand. I think it's great. Then Blackbeard, which is much the same again. Just he's got a black beard and the color scheme is a little bit different. I think that's really cool. I hope there's a custom voice on that as well. I don't know if there is, but it would be cool. If he gave us a couple of R's there. Then there is the final one, Cybergoth Zarya. Here we go. I like it. I mean, it's pretty much what they say it is. Cybergoth Zarya. She looks very unimpressed, which is perfect. It's a good skin. Lots of nice detail. I like how bulky the suit is that she's wearing. You know, these massive boots look like they can crush his skull. But I will just say that my absolute favorite is this one. And I gotta mention it. Of course. Have to mention it. So that's it. There are a bunch more changes. Okay, I've just shown you like the big stuff. And if you want to read all about them, please do so by checking the description of the video. And I'm going to be uploading games soon. Okay, we're going to be playing. I'm going to be doing the weekly Brawl every week, obviously, much like I do the Hearthstone Tavern Brawl. Unless there are repeats or whatever, then I might not do them. But I'm excited to try the Brawl out every week. And I'll obviously play it multiple times, see if I can get both sides of the Brawl recorded. And then we're going to play some more regular quick matches, because I want to get myself that Diva skin before the reset happens for launch, so that I can just see what it looks like in action. So I'm gonna have to live a little bit, play a little bit, see it in action, and then I'm also obviously just gonna try all the other heroes that I've not played yet. So check back here soon for that. Give this one a like, share it, and do all that good stuff. Most importantly though, you could also let me know if I missed something that's really important or that you liked that was changed, because I might have missed something important. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. But again, check back soon for a like, share it, and do all that good stuff. Most importantly though, happy updated Overwatch. Happy that.